What's going on, my beautiful people from YouTube? Guys, we're going to talk about three things today. First, a little housekeeping. I want to talk to you about what's going on the channel, do a little giveaway, and then move on to point number two, which is a Helium Network, specifically the DEWI team. A lot of people have had questions about it. What does it mean? And some people didn't like the comments that I was making about the DEWI team, but I'm going to cover that and make sure you guys understand exactly why I disagree with some of the decisions that they made. Third, I have proof that the DEWI team is actually watching my YouTube channel. So we're going to get right into it. And the way we do that is by smashing that like button for the YouTube algorithm, because that's the only way the channel grows. And because of those subscriptions to this channel and people that were able to find this channel, I have finally, and I'm so happy to announce this, Action Crypto is back. But I felt the need to actually post here because I did want to do the giveaway that I promised last video and follow up with you guys in regards to the messaging that I gave you last video. So we're going to do that right now. Thank you so much for the support. It's been phenomenal. On this video here, which was the POC V11 update, I told you guys to comment down below and I was going to draw a name to win NFT from the channel. So I'm going to filter duplicate users. I'm going to get YouTube comments. And we got 98 comments. All right, 111 unique comments. We're going to click pick random winner. I did ask for you to let me know how you felt about spoofing. Thanks, Action. Spoofing is absolutely sickening. Oh, look at that. Bro. Come on over to the Discord channel and I'll make sure you get yourself an NFT on the channel. Guys, I really appreciate the support, but let's talk about the more important thing, because I can talk about Action Crypto all day, but we're here to talk about Helium. And it has a much greater impact than, Action Crypto has. So let's make sure we dive right into it. And first things first, this is the form that everybody looks at on Mondays, because every Monday they update this form. Here we have it listed as September 27th, this form was updated. And it had been updated with an approval, FCC approval, which had already taken place, weeks ago. But the DEWI team finally gave it the thumbs up to update this and said that Cotx was now good to go. You can sell it in the US. Hours later, we get this comment here inside of their Discord, which is basically saying, I'll go 1, 2, 3, paragraph 3, why the suspension? They identified Cotx associated hotspots that show troubling signs of gaming, attempt to earn rewards while not providing real coverage for the Helium network. Here's what I'm going to say. This is not incorrect. That is a fact. However, there are so many other manufacturers. Bobcat, that's the one that's being spoofed the most. And I'll put a link to Tactical's video up here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. He goes over those hotspots, and it's kind of ridiculous how they're targeting Cotx when, at the end of the day, Bobcat is also doing the same thing. The thing here is that they're saying that Cotx is doing it themselves. Cotx alleges that they actually already sold to Chinese manufacturers, which has been approved, which they have been able to do. Anyway, there's no FCC or anything like that going on in China. So if they manufacture it, they can sell it. So they're trying to put two things together, which to me doesn't make a lot of sense. And this is why I don't like the decision coming from the DEWI team. It's about the how they're going about doing this. I don't like spoofers. I don't like what they're doing in the network. It's, not very helpful to anybody. It doesn't give coverage to the Helium network. It doesn't do anything that it's supposed to. So there has to be other ways of going about doing this. And right now, this move is actually just detrimental to everybody that was looking to buy a miner. I purchased a miner, so I don't know what's going to happen. Right now, we're a little bit in limbo because Cotx is trying to go back and say, well, I did this, I did that. We're cleaning it up this way. But yeah, there's a trickle down effect. Sure, you're trying to punish Cotx, but guess what? They're distributors that put down money for pre-orders that people ordered ahead of time, and they're waiting to get those. They had to put money down. So those distributors, they're out that money if they can't get those units. Not only that, the people who bought it, how are the distributors going to be able to go ahead and actually give money back? I know for a fact that some manufacturers, I've heard some messages flying around saying that they're not going to issue refunds. So this is really detrimental to the end user, like big time. So there's got to be a better way of going about doing this. That's my problem with this whole thing. It's really the how, not necessarily that it's happening, but how it's happening. And I'll give you another example. So this form is supposed to be updated on September 27th. I'm dying to know exactly what the revision history on this one looks like, because Cotx is now nowhere to be found on this form. And they didn't do any updates saying that it was updated. They just, boom, gone, out of there. They right-click that row and they hit delete. That's the only explanation I have for you guys. And I'm not okay with the lack of transparency on that. And yes, let's talk about the DEWI team, because I got some hate in regards to the DEWI team. I said that they were Helium, and people were like, they're not Helium, they're a separate entity. Okay, all right. I know how to run a company and create multiple companies and disassociate them one from the other, and make sure I'm not piercing the corporate veil. That's what this is. So please understand, there's a lot more to it, right? The DEWI team, they're a nonprofit. They're the ones that give the thumbs up or thumbs down when it comes to new manufacturers, the way they're doing things. The things have to be audited. They're the ones that have the oversight of that. And they did post September 22nd's meeting, which they mentioned Cotx, and there's an issue with Cotx. Again, on the 22nd, they knew something was going on, and they still updated the forum on Monday morning to say that Cotx was approved, which is insane to me. Like, I don't understand why they had this meeting on the 22nd and then update that forum saying, nope, we're not doing that. Like, it's really counterintuitive. And then altogether, removing Cotx from the list. So they mentioned Cotx, but they never actually have a discussion about the problem. They never have a discussion in regards to what's going on in the decision-making part of it. And I think that's my biggest pet peeve with it all. Like, be transparent. Now, since I got so much hate about saying that DEWI is actually Helium, I'll show you what I mean. So here's the Decentralized Wireless Alliance website. They are a nonprofit, so we can go meet the team. I don't know. Let's just do two. Tushar. So Tushar, if we go to Helium's website, and here's Helium, and I'm already on the about page about the team. So this is meet the team on Helium. And I was browsing through here, and guess what? Multicoin Capital. They are one of the biggest investors in Helium. What does that mean? Well, if we go back to the team here, who's Tushar? He's the managing partner, co-founder, and managing partner at Multicoin Capital. There is interest there, right? So the guy who's basically got a bunch of money in Helium is a guy running the Decentralized Alliance. He's the president of it. Fishy, right? Like, and please understand, I know that it can still be two separate entities. I'm just saying that you can't tell me that they're not the same thing, when push comes to shove. Because if you have details, like, let me pull up another example. So next one down the list is Chris Bruce. So if you take a look at Chris Bruce and you go to his LinkedIn, Chris Bruce, he's got his own company, but then you go here, look at that, 6 years and 11 months with who? Helium. VP Product and Technology, look at that. And then he's an advisor. Now he's a managing director at Helium and has a contract. And look, it says present, right? Advisor, present. You can't tell me that you're not part of an organization if your LinkedIn says that you are. So when I say that the DEWI team is Helium, what I mean is that the DEWI team is part of Helium. Like, yeah, you can do a lot of very creative things to make sure that you don't pierce a corporate veil and, you avoid lawsuits and things like that. But at the end of the day, it is the same people. It is the same exact people. That's what I'm not, thrilled about, is the way that they have gone about doing this thing. Now, I will say, Jeremy here in the middle. So the person who posted this comment on what do you call this thing? Discord, was Jeremy. And I have a lot of respect for the way that he carries himself. And I'm going to play a clip. And although this clip does not necessarily cover the Cotx issue, it does bring light as to how they operate. And I will tell you my feelings about the team itself once you hear this.
So I just like, I certainly get the sentiment. Let me raise what I'm worried about. I want to be super professional and just say, look, emotions really have nothing to do with it. And like, disrespect comes down to an emotional level, and it gets kind of subjective. Like when someone does something wrong, and they're saying, oh, and you called us names or whatever, and we're hurt by it. I don't feel it has any room in really how professional we act and how we do it. But the one way maybe we could swing that is that there's a certain amount of trust that we do give vendors, especially when we're talking about the onboarding server and the ability to add keys.
All right, I'll just stop it there. So here's the thing. Like, when you have somebody that has the foresight to say, we can't make decisions based on feelings, saying, oh, you're rude to me, so that we're going to be, we're going to turn down whatever, because this is, they're talking about somebody that was rude to Sophie and trying to play stuff as if it wasn't really happening. Anyway, his approach, hats off to you, Jeremy. Like, awesome job at looking at the facts and sticking to the things that are important. I think that's critical to make sure that the organization moves forward. I don't have a lot of great things to say in regards to the decision that they make, because Cotx is gone off of the Helium website. And I want to talk to you guys about FastMiners too. So Let me pull up FastMiners. So FastMiners, these are guys that were selling the Cotx miners, and you can see that's still listed on the website. They made a decision to not accept any more orders. You can't buy it off of them. And their goal is to wait until this thing gets resolved over the next couple of days and make a decision to move forward. What they have promised me is that they will take care of people, like plain and simple. And they shipped out both batches of Deeper Connect minis ahead of schedule. So like I have my full trust in these guys. And again, my goal is to be transparent, right? I told you guys to go buy it off of here. So I want to come back and tell you what's going on with FastMiners. They stand behind the things that they sell. Now, what proof do I have in regards to Helium? Here's the proof that I have in regards to Helium listening to the calls. Just a few hours ago, 6 hours ago, a HIP 40 validator deny list. They're finally doing what I told you guys they should do, which is create a way to blacklist people. Let's say somebody is gaming the system. How in the world are we going to be able to combat that if there's no way of blocking people? So this allows us to block people. They're right now going through it, and they're like their comments, their questions going on about it. So it's really important for people to kind of understand what this is, because they make some points and this is not set in stone. People are going to have an option to be able to comment on this, make their own decisions. Here's, who gets to review. So DEWI elected community members, Helium reps from everyone, like they're asking questions. They want to be able to make this something that's valid, something that works. So the idea is that validators right now are going to be able to select and say, yeah, this hotspot, they're totally gaming the system. We're going to blacklist them. That's the idea behind this. And this is what I said needed to happen. And that's why I'm not super thrilled about the way that they went, with the Cotx route, because what they're doing now is what makes sense to me. I'm not saying I know it all. I'm not saying I'm right. They could have way more info in regards to Cotx that I don't even realize. I want that to be public. That's all. I just want people to be open and transparent about what's going on, because I heard messages from people before this announcement was made by Jeremy on, what was it, on Monday? On Monday, yeah, 9/27, saying that they wanted a refund because they were getting blocked. So there's information being leaked outside of official, mediums of communication for the Helium Network, and people are already asking for refunds. Like, guys, there's something off. Like, I have a lot of respect for people that are on boards and making decisions, because at the end of the day, and I've said this on their channel publicly, and I'll say it again, you're never going to get it 100% right. You're always going to make somebody upset. Somebody's always going to disagree with you. And I don't necessarily disagree with the ban. I think that they didn't go about it the right way. So how this thing went down, I think is very, very, I don't want to say sketchy, but it lacks transparency. So that's where I'm at with this. So here's what I'll say to you guys. Smash the like button if you like transparency, because that's what I'm trying to provide. That's the goal with the channel. And again, if you don't know about Action Crypto, that is my actual main channel, which has a lot more subs than this. And I did want to put this video up so that you guys would not be wondering, oh, he never did, come through with what he said he was going to do. Like, I do want to, have some finality to what I'm talking about here. And I'm going to continue to post on this channel, but it might not necessarily be 100% crypto. It might involve other things. So I just want you all to be aware. So that's where I'm at. You all are phenomenal. I'm going to hit this intro button here in a second, but thank you, honestly. Being able to hop on here and have people from the other channel join and have conversations and be able to, for 16 days while YouTube was trying to sort things out, have a platform where I could actually connect and communicate with you all. Thank you so much. I will see you all in the Discord and on Action Crypto as well. You guys have a good one. Take care.